So who wins when Lyft goes public?
Well, this gentleman probably will win something. I think the existing shareholders, it gives them a path to liquidity. That's great for them, particularly the ones who came in earlier. Perhaps the drivers, they're being offered the ability to buy some stock, and I think that the business model will have to change kind of in favor of the drivers, give them more money. The company has lost $2.3 billion in the past 3 years, lost $900+ million last year.
It's a lot. I mean, they're losing almost half of what they bring in.
Yeah, that's right. And it's, the top line is like $2.2 billion, so maybe it'll be $3-4 billion this year. So no question, it's a good company, but it's hard to understand from the S1 what the profitability model looks like and what the unit economics look like in order for this company to be profitable.
Investors are used to giving tech companies a pass when they're losing money, but is this an extreme amount of money to be losing proportionate to what they're bringing in?
To me, it is, and of course, we're also talking about perhaps an Uber IPO, which I think loses even more money.
So you think Uber's model looks worse?
Well, it's the same model, except it's bigger.
Well, they have different businesses, though. They've got Uber Eats.
Yeah.
They're more penetrated in self-driving, flying cars.
Yeah, all of these are investments,
Yeah.
I guess. Lyft is also into, they own the city bike system here in New York, and they're getting into scooters. So all of that requires, a lot of capital, a lot of investments, and it's not clear why the core business can't make money.
So where are you investing right now?
We primarily invest in New York-based companies, so we reflect what New York is good at. We have a large portfolio in direct-to-consumer commerce companies. We also do we're starting to do a lot of digital health. New York is a big center for healthcare. There's a lot of great ideas in order to simplify healthcare, give better care to people more directly, bypassing all these different kind of levels and intermediaries. We invest in AI, we invest in automation in general. We kind of reflect really what New York is good at.
Lerer Hippeau also took over Binary Capital's portfolio. This is where Justin Caldbeck was ousted over sexual harassment allegations. He was sort of the first investor to be exposed in Silicon Valley's Me Too movement. Why did you decide to take over their portfolio?
Well, some of the LPs, some of the larger LPs of the binary funds asked us if we would take over the portfolio. We have experience in doing that because we also manage and are the successor GP of 2 of the SoftBank early stage funds. So we learned in doing that it's complementary to our business. We can attach it to our back end and all of our compliance and audits and all of this. And we can supply a lot of support to these portfolio companies.
Did you feel like there were any ethical issues, or more that you were rescuing these companies that didn't have anything to do with this, unfortunately?
Yeah, the ethical issues, were part of the old LP-GP relationship. None of that transferred over to the new relationship. We looked at the portfolio. We felt that it was very complementary. We have at least one company, Dia, in common with Binary, a very successful company, growing very, very fast. So for us, it was a question: is can we add value? Can we really get these entrepreneurs back on track? And
Dia makes, how would you describe it?
I'm sorry?
Dia.
Oh, Dia is the leader in the plus-size women category.
And they're killing it, right?
They're killing it. It's a huge category. They're very successful.
Now, what are your thoughts on HQ2? Is that a huge loss for New York?
I don't think long-term it's a huge loss for New York. It's a lost opportunity. New York City, like all big urban areas, have to become tech cities. And we are, tech is going to replace our traditional centers of wealth, such as Wall Street or real estate. And we, by losing out on the capability of bringing 25,000 people, plus all of the adjacent jobs that it brings, all in one go over years, obviously, but from one company, it's a big loss.
New York has a thriving tech ecosystem, but still hasn't had a $10 billion tech company. Maybe that's not the right metric, but when does that happen?
I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not in that kind of prediction, but we do have at least 10 $1 billion companies, and actually quite many more.
I'm going to have to count them to make sure you're right.
And many more. So there's a bulge of really successful, well-funded companies that's coming up in New York. And maybe out of those will come.
What about WeWork? Do you think? I mean,
yeah.
It's a very controversial company, but.
No, I think WeWork is a great business. Yes, WeWork might be the very first. I don't know if they'll go public this year, maybe next year, but they certainly have the potential of being one of those.